Right, do you want to see it? There. Yeah, I know, it's crap. Like I said before, I'm not very good at it, but I had a go. So, if you know how to weld and you want to give me some constructive criticism, I appreciate it. But don't go start saying, oh, you can't fucking weld it, because, you know, I don't care. We all have to start somewhere, and this is my beginning. So, yeah, I don't think I did too bad. Ain't got to be pretty. It's on there. Now, the hinge, I did melt parts of it, so I just thought if I put this nice bit of metal over it, it's not very nice anymore, but, you know. It's a hinge and it works. Bit of oil on there. And I'm going to do the same here. Obviously you can see I've bent it to take this shape because we're working on a cylinder here. But tack weld that, hammer it down a bit, a few more welds around there. I might find another bit of metal just to cover up the holes. You know, I think that worked better than the 2 bolts I was going to put on there. Just cleared the majority of it off. I'm going to give it another go with a file or something, not on camera because that's boring, just to get rid of the paint. So we've got a good connection. Bit of oil on there, and what I'm going to do is just polish this bit up with the angle grinder, get rid of all those rough bits. If I can get a nice continuous bead of welds on there just to make it look pretty, but the angle grinder covers all. Alright, so this morning the weather is absolutely crap, but I've got this thing which I think might make a good handle. It won't go in there, it's somewhere, well, where is it? Out there maybe, but we'll worry about that a bit later. But I also found another one of these things here which I think I'll do that just to even it out. So I'm going to do what I can with the weather because it's a bit wet as you can see, and windy, so I've got to try and at least get this tacked on here if I can. Also, the reason I don't film myself welding, I'm not sure if it's going to do something to the lens of the camera because of the arc. I heard a rumour somewhere that you need a special filter or something on your camera. But no, I don't want to risk the camera, so I'm not going to film the welding part for obvious reasons. Look into that more. Okay, progress. New bit of metal, but the door is now welded on. Yes, these welds are awful. I'm aware of that. Please don't point that out. I know. Still going with a wire brush. Hence, have my scraper. Get the rest of that slag off. But I have now officially run out of welding rods. I've probably used loads on that. I got a bit happy with the welder. I'd like to play with my new toy. But the door's on, and what I have to do now is grind this bit out. Some you can't see. Grind this bit out here, and we got a functioning door. Then we're going to work on the mechanism to open it, and then maybe some bits of metal just here to cover the gap, and maybe free up this. Just angle grinded that out, and still hot, so we have a door. We have a bloody door. Well, the weld's definitely held up. I know the welding definitely penetrated because you can see this line here, and obviously I've blown through it here, but those welds are definitely holding. So the next thing now is to get all this jagged stuff off of the file. Right, it's now a week later, and obviously things have changed. Filming ain't always an option that I can use sometimes. I have to use the time when I've got it. So I've got this bit of metal, and as you can see, I've put a handle on it. I have decided to use that hole instead of using it as a ventilation hole. What I'm going to do is probably do another slot or something with another door but that works better for the handle. And also I've got this old Allen key which was a bit chewed up, so I bent it round in the vise, cut the worst bit off and welded it, and that makes a nice little... Now obviously I've got to bend this just a bit more so the door stays level, so yeah, otherwise it'll do that. But there's the theory, and I'm going to might extend a bit more metal off of this so we've got a nice thing to grab rather than this like shaking hands with a mouse. Also, over source some more metal I'm going to stick over, so it's going to be welded onto the door like this, and the other bit on there, and I might use this bit here as just have a big flap just like that. This is going to stop the door going in like that, but it's also going to keep the heat in and obviously stop the light signature coming off of it. So my next mission is to go and get some of this paint off and tack this onto here, and then we bend that and hopefully the door should be complete. Just for now it is held in with a Jubilee clip, but I do want to put a bolt on there. It's looking for the right size bolt, but yeah. Oh, I can't remember if I showed you this. I've welded that bit of metal onto the twiddly thing, which I think I've done quite a good job with the welding in there actually. I'm getting the hang of it.